Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I am popping on live just to talk to you about the best recovery tips I have for you following your event, race, game, tournament, match, goal, score, point, yes, whatever it is you have going on. I am the author of the book, The Female Fat Solution, which is on Amazon, and I have a podcast, The Female Health Solution, which is on All Places podcast, and I just do these videos to educate women more on how you can work with your bodies to stop fighting against yourself to get to your best results possible in a way easier way too. So I want to talk about recovery today because this is a really big key thing that a lot of women feel guilty, right? You almost feel guilty or like, oh, I don't feel like I shouldn't miss this workout. Oh, I only got to the gym 4 times this week. I don't need 2 days to recover. Come on, right? We do it to ourselves because we are either really competitive with our friends at the gym or we just feel bad. Like, oh my gosh, if I don't get to the gym, I'm not going to be fit. I'm not going to burn calories and I'm not going to get to my results, da 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 da. And that's really not true. There's days, times in your life, phases where you will go through more recovery need. And that's okay. And there's just different events and things. And I want to just kind of open up your mind a little bit on what your body needs, what's going to be helpful for it, and easy ways to do it right here. Now, if you have specific questions, I'm going to put a link below this video where you can schedule a call with somebody on my team, chat with them about anything that you're struggling with specifically. I also have my membership open right now where you can join. We will be talking, so I'll put a link here for that. We will be talking about, there is a meal guide, grocery list, there is exercise for your hormones, all this, guided around your hormones, as well as hormone balancing, fat burning tips. So that is open right now. You can, hi Shell. So that is open right now. You can click the link and check it out, sign up right now. I'm only leaving the doors open until Friday, May 24th. So you have till then to join if you are on the fence. But these are some of the things that I will be going in and talking about in that group and diving into more. I mean, really, this is just meant to be an extra resource for you and ways for you to understand more about how your body may need more recovery and the best tips to make sure that you can recover faster to get back out there faster. The faster you recover, the faster and harder you can push yourself next time, which increases your fitness level and gets you to fat burning that much easier and faster, because the female body has a hard time burning fat because we're designed to store fat. So overall, in general, recovery tips, and then I'm going to talk about the timeline of this because it does depend on what you're going through. So first and foremost, we are going to need to hydrate and fuel. So the premise of this also goes off of I'm in season for football right now. I play women's full tackle football. Helmets, pads, the works, yes. And we had a football game yesterday, and I'm very specific about my recovery plan post-game because for me, it almost doesn't matter how much I play or don't play or what I'm doing. This year I am doing some different things. I play some tight end, and I also am on kickoff, and I do the snapping. You can see our game. It's on Minnesota Vixen Facebook group. Reshared it. I'm the tallest one on the team. But one of the things that I notice is that if I recover really well on Sunday, I can start my week on Monday and I'm just flying through the week and I do really well. If I don't take that extra time and do these things to make sure that I recover well, I really have a tough week. I have a tough start. So I am a high energy person. I am a on the go person all the time. And these are really important things to take note of. Now, again, what brought this on is I was having a discussion. I get messages and questions all the time on this as well. But someone was asking me, what do you do to recover after a game? And it's always the same, no matter how much I've played. Sometimes, I play where I'm playing or the team we're playing against. Sometimes I take a lot of impact. Sometimes I don't, right? So it almost doesn't matter. The physicality of it is a different level, right? It's different than running a 5K, right? Because there's that impact. There, it is a performance, so there's that other emotional component to it. So that absolutely plays a role as well. If you're running a race and you're like super nervous about it and you have anxiety or something, you're like, oh, it's like emotionally kind of worked up into it, that's going to play a role in you needing more time for recovery and more tools for recovery than if you're like, oh, I don't care, I'm just running a 5K on my own time, no big deal, I'm not even thinking about it, right? Those are very different things. So keep that in mind as you're going through some of this. So for me, a game, I get really nervous for games. Like ridiculously nervous. Like I like jibber jabber nonsense for an hour before the game. Like when I'm warming up and stuff. It's ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. I'm totally ridiculous. I'm like a rational person all the other hours of the day. I mean, typically, right? And before a football game, I am a weirdo. I'm just a weirdo. I'm so nervous. But that plays a role in how exhausted I get after a game and what I do to recover really, really well the next day. So my recovery tips, and this is going to be for any type of performance you have, or even if you have a big run. I have a friend right now. She just messaged me yesterday. Is that yesterday or is that this morning? See, I can't remember if it was yesterday or this morning. Running a marathon. She's training for her next marathon. This isn't her first marathon she's training for. She's just training for another marathon. And she was on a really long run, like a 19-mile run, and she was on like mile 16 and was like, oh, I need some encouragement, you know? And it's one of those things that if you have a longer run like that, you know, it's really important that you're still using these recovery tips. So here they are. Here they are. All right, so hydrate and fuel, right? And this is the next day. Of course, hydrate and fuel and everything before and after your, you know, event. But this is the next day, during your rest day. You need to make sure you're getting electrolytes in, you're getting water in, you're getting all these minerals in that your body needs to recover, and you're getting enough protein. A lot of times in recovery mode, your body wants carb because your brain can be kind of exhausted. So it's going to want that carb. Make sure you're getting protein too, though. That your tissue has to repair and recover, right? So that's important. Active recovery. Now this means don't just lay there like a blob on the couch all day. This isn't a sick day. You know, if you're sick and you're like barfing or you got a fever or something, yeah, be on the couch all day, fine. This is not a sick day. This is, okay, I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to get up and do some things. Then I'm going to watch a movie for an hour and a half. Okay. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to push laundry through, or I'm going to do something. Or maybe I'll go for like a 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk, nothing big. And then come back and just kind of lounge, stretch, just take it easy, right? Do some yoga. I got yoga down here. Light yoga. For me, yoga is extreme. It's tough to do, but don't exert yourself too much. You want movement, you want to loosen up your muscles, and you just don't want to sit there. Because if you sit there, your fluid isn't moving, and everything stays stagnant, and it can't turn over and heal as quickly. Sloth, though. Again, this is like, have a sloth day. This is not my term. This is a friend of mine. This is what she calls these days, a sloth day. This is really important to have every now and then, right? Some people have a sloth day once a month, once a week, whatever you need, right? So I plan a sloth day, and this is like how I plan my day today. My son actually left for his class trip to Washington, D.C. this morning, so I had to get up really early at 5 still. You know, I had a game last night, all that stuff, great. You know, we won, so it was still, you know, it was great, a lot of fun. But I still went home, went to bed, got up early, and was like bleary-eyed zombie feeling early in the morning. Then, you know, got him off to the airport, came back, like, I did some dishes, did some things, blah, 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 took a nap. You know, take a nap, right? This is also mental rest day. So if you're doing something, like, also don't plan a big activity or to be around a lot of people or something if you can help it. Like, rest day is rejuvenation day, recharge day, whatever you want to call it. Because again, if you're at an event, again, a football game, there's 60 women on my football team. There's, you know, coaches, there's fans, there's all these things. We interact a lot. It was, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it is like 5 hours. You know, we have to be at the field and getting ready to go, you know, at 4 o'clock. We don't get done till 9 at the earliest, right? So that's 5 hours of a lot of stimulation and activity. So it's not just physical then, it's also mental. So think about that if you're going to a race, right? Race season is coming up. That's why I bring this up. Or even if you're going, like even if your kid is in a baseball tournament and you're having to run around and prep everything and make sure that, and then you're sitting in the sun and all this other stuff, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do. And then be around a lot of people and talk to a lot of people. That sucks the energy out of you sometimes. So again, the sloth day, taking naps, resting, watching movies, right? I took a nap and watched a movie today. I watched National Treasure. It's delightful. Normally I don't do that, right? That's not my norm. On my rest day, absolutely. And then had a lot of mental rest, right? Just, no, I'm not gonna respond a lot on Facebook. I'm just gonna kind of just take it down a notch, right? But I do that specifically because it really makes a big difference. If I try and push myself, because of course I'm like, there's some messages I should respond to. Ooh, there's an email or 5 I should write people back on. Nope, just put it away. Give yourself that time. It's still gonna be there tomorrow, and I'm gonna be able to connect with people much better tomorrow when I've really fully rested. And what's really funny is that by the time this evening comes, a lot of times I actually get like a burst of energy because I've had all day to rest. It's kind of great. Okay. And then taking care of your lymphatic system. Lymph drainage is really important. This gets the fluid moving. Again, you are not using your muscles a lot. During your recovery, you are just letting your system rest. So dry brushing, this is a dry brush. I just got this off Amazon. It's got a handle. It's super easy. Dry brushing, go. That's it. You're not pressing hard. This is not a back washer or anything like that. You just use the brush and you just like pet your skin essentially. And it helps move that fluid through, and it helps a ton with all of your muscle tissue recovery because you're forcing that fluid to move through everything. Your lymphatic system is something that you don't think about. I mean, and this is easy to do. It's kind of hard to screw it up unless you're doing it too hard and you like rub it on your face really hard. Don't do that. That's gonna hurt. Like, don't jab yourself in the eye. I don't know. Like, it even comes with my little kit. Like, I know how to do it, but it even comes with this like little card on where to go or how to do it. Like on the little lady. It's a picture. It's great. Okay, right? And you'll notice like, oh look, oh, I'm doing the dry brushing. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, okay, yep, great. Taking care of that lymph system. You are going to recover faster, and it's going to be marvelous. And then Epsom salt baths, of course, getting that extra magnesium in, letting your tissue recover, right? That heat gets the blood moving through that tissue as well, right? All like it's fluid through your tissue brings the nutrients and moves all the crap away. So think of it that way. You want the blood to bring all the nutrients to your tissue to heal and repair and recover and turn over cells, all that wonderful stuff. And then you want to do that dry brushing to move the lymph, and that's all the garbage. You want to move that garbage out. I mean, you can fuel and do all these things, but if you're not moving that garbage out, we all know what old garbage smells like, right? Yeah, you don't want old garbage in your tissue. Let me tell you, it's not pretty. Yeah. Pretty accurate if you ask me. Okay, last thing is time. How much time should you take? And this is something a lot of competitive women athletes have a hard time with. Really giving yourself the time that your body needs. And this is something that I talk about in the membership group. So again, there's that link. You can click that link, join the membership group that I have opened up. The cart is only open till Friday, but it's important that there's different times of the month that your system will need more recovery time. It will. It will. When you're in your progesterone phase, days 15 through 28, you're gonna need more time. So if it takes your body 2 days to recover, like it takes me a little bit longer. Like normally I would maybe not have quite as much energy, right? On a Sunday night. It might take me all the way till Monday morning. I need to go through another sleep to really feel like I'm popping in the progesterone phase versus I recover really well on the Sunday, the day after a game, and by the nighttime I'm in estrogen phase, so I'm feeling good. That's like 1 day turnaround versus a day and a half or 2 days. Big difference there in terms of what you're timing and thinking of and how to support your body best. And really just, don't stress yourself out with other stuff then, or up to a week. Like, does it take you a week to recover? So this is, you know, for example, did you run a marathon? Did you run a marathon? And how is your recovery, right? So of course, the next day after a marathon, and I have friends that run marathons. I don't run marathons. No. Mm-mm. No. Nope. But I don't know that I ever will, but, a lot of times after a marathon, people get so exhausted and run down, even if they did all the training right. It's like your body gets so beat up from the inside, from that trauma and impact and everything, that the next day they are so wiped out that they just don't want to move. And then they don't move. And then they try, like, throughout the next week just to get back into running because, oh my gosh, I feel so horrible. I better start moving my body again. And it's like, ooh, shoot. You already missed the timeline. The next day after your marathon, you should just do some walking. Like active recovery, get that fluid moving, do that dry brushing and stuff. And then take the week off from running. You don't need to run. You just ran a marathon. Right? I mean, unless you're a professional runner or something, that's different. Fine. You know, maybe you have a different training schedule. But most of us, right, like, we do an event, get that time for your body to recover. It's going to make all the difference in the world. So all of these are really, really important to incorporate. A lot of times what I see out there for women is one thing that's helpful. Oh, look at this. You just need this recovery drink. It's going to be amazing for your recovery, blah, blah, blah. Okay, not that it's not helpful, but if that's the only thing people are talking about, this one special thing post-workout or whatever, fine, but you're missing all of the things that really make an impact, especially for the female body, especially for our hormones. Everything is so much more complex and dynamic, right? We need all hands on deck to really move forward with progress, especially if you're stuck. If you've been in a plateau, say you've been trying to lose weight and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't been able to get the scale to budge. And you're training for a 10K because you're thinking, I'm going to run more, I'm going to work out more, that's going to make me lose this weight. It's not necessarily, unless you're doing all of the right things too. You have to eat right, you have to take care of your body, all that stuff. Just one thing isn't going to help. That's why when I talk about a lot of these tips, they're tips in very different areas. They're kind of broad, but they're all very, very important to kind of combine and come together. Because again, all of these things are really important, but for example, if you're not sleeping, your recovery is going to be terrible. I don't care how well you eat or how fancy that recovery drink is. If you're not sleeping, not going to happen well for you. It's just how the body works. Yes. So again, my goal is to educate women more about how your systems, physiology, how everything works, and how you can use nutrition and other tips really, really easily to help you get to your goals a heck of a lot easier and faster. Yes. And again, I do have that membership group open. I did that free 5-day challenge last week. If you guys missed out on that, let me know. I can still add you into the group because I still have the group open. There's some gals that are still kind of meandering with some things there. So if you want in on the group, I can add you in there as well. But if you really want to jump in, if you're ready for the next level, it is that membership group. Just click that link, sign up, and get started. I'm also going to put a link in here as well for just a call with my team. If you are dealing with something a little more complicated and you're like, you know, I really want more help and guidance, and you're like, I would like to talk this through with somebody to figure out what the best next step is for me. That's what a call with my team is for. So I'll put that link there as well. All right, that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you found this helpful, and I will see you guys later.